is a mystery. History is knowledge. History is making tomorrow better.
History is divine, history is sacred.
History tells us about our mistakes in the past.
History is monuments and structures.
The study of history enables us to understand more about the life, culture, and experiences of our ancestors. It educates us about the battles which were fought, due to which we enjoy a freedom that many of us take for granted.
In this documentary, we focus on the culture, history and architectural styles of the monuments within the Fatehpur Sikri complex, with a special focus on Indo-Islamic fusion. Indo-Islamic architecture was introduced to the Indian subcontinent through the influence of Islamic rulers on Indian art and culture.
The large buildings of Mughal community included beautiful mosques and tombs which were different from the ones previously built in India. Their elaborate exteriors were often adorned with large domes called gumbads, and the use of arches was also frequently common. A major aspect of Mughal architecture is their symmetrical nature and uniformity in patterns of structure. Key features of Mughal architecture include Iwan or the main gateway, Sahan, a courtyard, prayer halls called Aivans, mirhabs which were niches erected facing the Mecca, and the Livan. These features were extensively adorned with arabesque, floral and mosaic designs.
Some have described the complex of buildings at Fatehpur Sikri, which includes the majestic Buland Darwaza and the tomb of Salim Chishti, as the most splendid accomplishment of the Mughal architecture.
Now let us begin our journey to the majestic and awe-inspiring complex of Fatehpur Sikri.
The sun rises here with a promise to shine through all the glory of this city and pierce through the marble that stood witness to history itself.
In order to experience the true beauty and splendor of the sites at Fatehpur Sikri, it is necessary to understand more about its historical background. Fatehpur Sikri, an ancient city in northern India just west of Agra, is a magnificent fortified city which was built in the 16th century. Red sandstone buildings cluster at its center. The name means City of Victory, after Akbar's victorious Gujarat campaign in 1573. Founded by Emperor Akbar, the city was the capital of the Mughal Empire in the year 1571. It was a place dear to Babur, who called it Shukri, as it provided water for countless Mughal soldiers. The sculptures, structures and architecture seem to point out to a lost culture and religious site. The city was an Indo-Islamic masterpiece, but it was erected in an area that supposedly suffered from water shortages, and unfortunately it was abandoned shortly after Akbar's death. The city is essentially divided into Sacred Complex and the Royal Complex. While the former includes religious monuments such as Jama Masjid and the tomb of Salim Chishti, the latter is known for the residential monuments like the Jodhabai's Palace, the Panch Mahal, the Diwani Khas and many more.
The architectural wonder that meets the eye is one of the most important buildings in Fatehpur Sikri, the Panch Mahal. The name of this beautiful palace literally means the wind catcher tower, and it was commissioned by the Sikarwar Rajputs. True to its name, it was constructed to give respite from the intense summer heat and was originally connected to the main royal chamber and Jodhabai's palace. Panch Mahal is a palace in Fatehpur Sikri, Uttar Pradesh, India. The building was said to be used for entertainment purposes and was often used for various theatrical, musical, and dance performances. Its architecture was inspired by that of a Buddhist temple.
It is a rectangular colonnaded structure, open from all sides and made from local red sandstone. It is positioned to act as a transition building from the semi-public spaces in surrounding areas of the Daulat Khana courtyard and the more private places of the royal harem. Its function is unknown, but some people assume that it was used as the pleasure resort for the emperor or exclusively by the ladies and children of the court. It consists of 4 stories of decreasing sizes in the form of an asymmetrical pyramid. As we can see, the columns on the ground floor provide a firm basis for the entire structure. The ground floor consists of 84 columns. The first floor consists of 56, the second of 20, and the third of only 12 columns. The fourth and the topmost column consists of just 4 columns supporting a dome-shaped pavilion which is popularly known as the Chhatri. The top terraces of the high-rising monument provide a beautiful view and unique views of the Sikri fortifications to the tourists.
The ghost of each battle fought here is in deep slumber. Do not wake them up before the battle cries have fully left its crevices, before the history they built can heave a sigh of relief. Fatehpur Sikri, renowned for its elegance, grandeur and regality, is adorned with some of the finest elements of the Mughal reign. One of the most notable amongst them is the Palace of Jodhabai. Mariam-uz-Zamani, also known as Heer Kuwari, or better known as Jodhabai, was Emperor Akbar's third wife and one of his 3 chief queens. She was also the mother of Emperor Jahangir and the first chief Rajput wife of Akbar. She was also called the Queen Mother of Hindustan, while Akbar and Jahangir were in power. The Jodhabai Palace was built to house Akbar's queens and is one of the most beautiful sights in Fatehpur Sikri.
Jodhabai's palace is the epitome of the amalgamation of Hindu, Rajput and Mughal architectural styles. Hindu motifs like the parrot, the elephant, the swan and the lotus are intricately carved in the interiors of the palace. This elaborate structure also includes chhatris, semicircular domes, chattarpaks with 8 pillars, triangular khapril roofs, etc. in the interiors. They all bear traces of the arabesque design. Corresponding to the Hindu architectural style, there is a central courtyard which is enclosed by the living quarters. Turquoise tiles are used to adorn the roof and add to the magnificence of the red sandstone bricks. This structure reflects the opulence of Indo-Islamic architectural elements, and every fragment of this palace has its own story to narrate.
Welcome to an interesting slice of Indian history, the Buland Darwaza. This astounding example of Mughal architecture stands testimony to the magnificence of Indian history. The Buland Darwaza, or the Gate of Victory, was built in 1572 AD by Mughal Emperor Akbar to commemorate his victory over Khandesh in Gujarat and Ahmednagar in Deccan. It was visualized as the symbol of Akbar's empire, and it forms the main entrance to the palace at Fatehpur Sikri. Among the several significant structures of Fatehpur Sikri, the Buland Darwaza remains the highest gateway in the world. It took 12 years to build this splendid historical monument, which attracts both history and architecture fanatics.
True to its name, the Buland Darwaza epitomizes power and fortitude. As you can see, it highlights a beautiful composite culture of Hindu and Persian styles of architecture, made up of a combination of red and buff sandstone and decorated by carving and inlaying of white and black marble. It is the main entrance of the palace at Fatehpur Sikri and can be reached after climbing up 42 steps. On the central face of this magnificent monument, there is an inscription that throws some light on Akbar's religious tolerance and broad-mindedness. On entering the spectacular monument, through the symmetrical entrance, we can see that it is adorned with chhatris or large domes. It is paired with a long flight of steps that sweep down the hill, giving the gateway additional height, due to which the Buland Darwaza towers above the courtyard of the mosque. Here you can see gallery kiosks bordering the top center of the roof, which is small minar or tower summits, and carved designs and drawings on the black and white marble. Moving a little forward, we can see a semi-octagonal gateway which is 15-storied high and has two 3-storied wings on its two sides. These towering arches have verses from the Holy Quran etched on it, a simple adornment that creates the right spiritual ethos for this place. Inside the Buland Darwaza is the Dargah of the mystic Salim Chishti. It was believed that Salim Chishti has already lived in the area where the Buland Darwaza stands today. What makes the Buland Darwaza unique and special is the fact that it embodies strength and victory, and also is the doorway to a spiritual realm. To us, however, it symbolizes the importance of being connected to your spiritual roots, even as you attain heights of victory and success.
The wind here is always in a rush to tell you too many stories of valor in too little time. It can't decide which song will fit the day best, so it sings all of them to you.
The next historical structure in our tour of Fatehpur Sikri is the tomb of Salim Chishti. The tomb of Salim Chishti was built by Emperor Akbar in honor of the great Sufi saint of the same name. The mausoleum was constructed by Akbar as a mark of his respect for the Sufi saint who foretold the birth of his son. This son was named Prince Salim after the saint and grew up to ascend the Mughal throne after Akbar as the renowned Emperor Jahangir. The single-story formation is built around a central square chamber, within which is the grave of the saint.
Celebrated as one of the finest examples of Mughal architecture in India, this intricately prepared structure faces the south towards the Buland Darwaza, which is situated in the quadrangle of the Jama Masjid. The construction enshrines the burial place of a Sufi saint by the name of Sheikh Salim Chishti, who lived in a cavern on the ridge of Sikri. The tomb was constructed on a platform, as we can see here, and it has 5 steps leading to its entrance. The marble building is beautifully carved and has an ivory-like appearance. The tomb is seen in the center of the main hall of this building, which has a single dome. The pedestal of the tomb is decorated with mosaics of black and yellow marble arranged in geometric pattern. Devotees ask for the blessing of the saint and seek fulfillment of their wishes over this tomb. It is believed that tying a thread on the marble screens of the main tomb building serves as a reminder to the saint of their wishes. It is also renowned for its childbirth blessing.
It is a popular place of worship for Muslims, an exemplary model of Mughal architecture in India, and a renowned religious center for people all over the country.
The beautiful carvings are sure to leave every visitor speechless and utterly mesmerized by its rare charm.
Now, we welcome you to a place that holds an important position in Indian history. If there is one thing that impresses visitors about the Jama Masjid, it is the sheer size of the monument. The Jama Masjid is one of the largest mosques in India and is a popular pilgrimage site which is sought after by many devotees. This majestic monument was built in the 17th century in the World Heritage Site of Fatehpur Sikri. During the times of the Mughal Empire and even now, it is regarded as one of the most sacred places of worship by Muslims all over the country.
As one enters the area through the grand Buland Darwaza, one witnesses the magnificent Jama Masjid, which is placed on an elevated platform. This structure marks the phase of transition in Islamic architecture, where indigenous architectural elements were blended into the traditional Persian ones. The walls of the mosque comprise of delicate and intricately carved inscriptions taken from the Holy Quran. The exterior of the mosque is built with red sandstone and white marbled with a detailed finishing. The central courtyard is vast and open and can accommodate up to almost 25,000 people at a single moment. The rectangular area of the mosque comprises of a central nave and a single dome above it. We can see two colonnaded halls on either side of the monument. These colonnaded halls also consist of two small square chambers which are adorned with domes. The main chamber and the two smaller chambers have carved mihrabs, which are niches in the walls of the mosque at the point closest to the Mecca, towards which the congregation faces to pray. The pillared open hall, the Dalan, and the long narrow hall, the Livan, have entrances in the three arched openings that we see there. The mihrab of the central chamber is adorned with intricate inlaid mosaics of gemstones, golden inscriptions, glazed tiles on a royal blue background. We also find numerous watercolor paintings of stylized floral designs inside the mosque. Beautiful cloisters surround all the other three sides of the monument. The Jama Masjid in Fatehpur Sikri is replete with lots of domes and beams. These are intricately carved with delicate inscriptions on them.
Despite being abandoned for centuries, the majestic Fatehpur Sikri is still visited by tourists from all over the globe who come to catch a glimpse of the once famous Mughal Empire and its magnificent remnants.
This city is the fire that burns even after the sea tries to engulf it whole. It is a poem written when the storm has passed. It is the color in the night sky that defeats all the stars.
Through our journey to Fatehpur Sikri, we were able to experience a culture completely different from ours and understand the impact of Mughal rule in developing Indo-Islamic architecture in India. The Fatehpur Sikri has stood the test of time, enabling us to understand its significance and history of Mughal rule.
The majestic Buland Darwaza emphasizes on power and fortitude of the Mughal Empire. The beautiful Jama Masjid acts as a site of religious pilgrimage, and the towering Panch Mahal provides cool breeze and a viewpoint from where one can enjoy the scenic beauty. The elegant Jodhabai Palace captures the viewer's attention with its grandeur and astounding beauty. The tomb of Salim Chishti recalls the story of a mystic Sufi saint. By observing all these beautiful monuments, we are able to get a practical understanding of the past, which enables a better learning of history.
बहकी सभी जुबां हैं, हम हैं हजारों में, अब की कमी जरा है, हर चीज खास है, अब है जो है वो समा है, तुम रह सकी तो रबा है, अब है जो है वो समा है, तुम रह सके, ऐसी जीत अब चाहे जिंदगी, ऐसी जीत अब चाहे जिंदगी है।